Hello there. Thank you for joining us here on New Vision TV. And this is the Handshake with me, Lynn Komjisha, where we discuss our daily issues. And when I say daily issues, I mean economic issues, because these are things that affect us on a daily. I won't stop telling you that. I won't stop reminding you that. Now, I have my colleague, Paul Bushariz, with me here to, as we delve into those very, very many issues. Thank you for joining us. Now, Paul, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Lately, we have been seeing Uganda, making news worldwide. Economy is growing. This is growing. Now, it has been ranked 6th amongst 25 African countries for investment.
Yeah, the attractiveness of investment. I think that was attractiveness, Africa Attractiveness Investment Index or something like that.
Okay.
By the Ernst & Young, carried out by Ernst & Young. So Uganda was 6th among 25 countries.
Yes.
Basically, they were checking GDP growth. I think they were checking inflation. They were checking exchange rates, and I think several other parameters. So yeah, I think that's a good thing for Uganda.
It is. I think it is. So, but what would? Okay, it is good, but how?
Well, essentially, what these surveys do, we will talk about the World Bank ease of doing business, where we also improved 1 point, although we're not so good, but there's improvement.
Yes.
What these things do is they judge a country the way a foreign investor would judge the country. That's useful because even a foreign investor is likely to refer more to Ernst & Young and the World Bank and any other survey that is done by those so-called multinationals than it is from a minister or the president of Uganda yapping on about how this place is such a good place to do business.
Okay.
So if they are using their independent parameters and no one can accuse them of being, being biased or bribed by the country, then it's a useful thing for guys wanting to bring investment to the country.
And it's really good for the country because...
No, it's good because whereas, we're struggling, we are, there's no cash in the economy and we feel there's a bit of a drag.
Yes.
People are looking, when a person is coming to invest in a factory in Uganda, is looking 25 years down the road. And what these surveys try to do is try to also project that given what we know now, infrastructure development, growth, population, everything, 25, your investment in Uganda could be good for another 25 years.
Oh, wow.
Which is good for us.
Wow. Which is very good. But, that brings me to, recently we're celebrating the World Population Day, and the president said the huge population is good for the country.
Absolutely.
I don't get that.
Look, people are confusing things. For populations, the history of population growth around the world, for populations to reduce, there has to be development first. Populations don't just reduce.
Oh, and this is where investment comes in.
Yes. So now, but then also, when you have a huge population, and ours is particularly young,
yes.
So people worry that, look, there's too much dependency. But in a few years, these guys will be economic actors. They'll be doing work or be doing business. The challenge for us, of course, is to make sure that this population, when it gets to, or as it is now, it should be better educated, and it should be healthy, so that they become productive. I mean, look, the United, I think it's the UK. The UK has the same surface area as Uganda. The UK has a population of 65 million people. Uganda has a population of 36 million people. We expect to be at 50 million maybe in around 2030. Where is the panic? The UK has less resources than Uganda.
Oh.
The only difference is that Uganda is not pulling those resources out of the ground or is not maximizing. But we have more resources than the UK. So where is the panic? There's no cause for panic.
So now I get it. Now I see why they are looking at us as a very interesting investment hub.
Absolutely, that your population, exactly.
Yes.
So these guys we say we have very young population, average age about in the teens, 15, 18 there. But in 10 years, this population will be earning. It should be earning if we do all our things properly right now, build the roads, get the power generation coming in, improve our laws, bring in the investment, both international and local. We also have a role to play in investing. these guys will be earning. There'll be a huge market. It will be a huger market than it is now. It makes sense.
I think it does. I think it does. It had not actually occurred to me that those two have a lot going on that is very interesting for the country. And so as us, the young population, of course, yes. What should we look out for? What should we focus on now?
As a young population, what we need to be... let me not put myself in the young population. As a younger population should be looking on their own initiative, first of all, to get through school.
All right.
And to gain experience in whatever it is. I mean, you don't have to be employed. You start something, whatever it is. Just gain an experience in selling maize. It teaches you salesmanship skills or something. So that when all these things fall together in place, the foreign direct investment comes in and our own investors are pushing more money into the economy, you'll be ready to go. You'll have an education, you'll have some experience, you'll be ready to go.
As simple as that.
Well,
I had no idea actually, but thanks to Paul, now we know. So the youth out there, please don't really give up on yourselves. Do something, small as it is, do not ignore it. Who knows, by maybe 2030, if you're still alive, that is.
There will be.
Yeah, there will be. You'll figure out, maybe something will come up. You never know. Oh, that's all we had for you for the handshake today. Thank you, Paul.
Thank you, Lynn.